China that we actually are then giving foreign aid to China?
Well, Congressman, we're not giving any foreign aid to China. Let me just flip here to give you the best answer that I can. What we do is try to foster civil society inside China. We try to support Chinese activists who are working on issues that are important to our entire engagement with China, issues that have to do with human rights, with the rule of law, with environmental protection, the kinds of actions that we think are important. Our programs provide pilots and models that the Chinese people can subsequently adapt using their own resources. And we also provide assistance programs working with Tibetan communities to promote their interests as well. So
I noticed that it says $5 million of it is economic support.
That's right. Economic support is provided to U.S. higher education institutions and U.S. non-governmental organizations working in China in line with earmarks.
Yeah, in line with earmarks.
Yes, sir.
But this was forced upon you by Congress.
Those were your words.
Oh, all right. Well, listen, I'm happy to see we agree on something that should not be in the budget then. Thank you. Madam Secretary, the President, when he first came into office and over this first year, has done his best to basically use a conciliatory tone towards Iran in hopes of trying to create a situation where we could actually have some progress. Has this, and I've been one of the ones criticizing him for that, has this worked out? We've had a year now. Has this conciliatory process or tone with Iran, has it worked to make the mullahs more open and interact with us in a better way, or has it been looked at as a sign of weakness by this repressive mullah regime?
Well, Congressman, I think that the President's policy of engagement has been very beneficial and welcomed by the rest of the world.
But what about the mullahs?
Well, but clearly the President came with a two-track approach. One was an offer of engagement if the Iranians would engage seriously on matters that were critical to us, namely their nuclear program, and there has not been a response. But the fact that the President reached out has brought us an enormous amount of credibility and goodwill in the rest of the world.
Right.
But at the same time, at the same time, the President always said we had a dual-track approach. And the approach of sanctions and pressure, it wasn't an afterthought. It went simultaneously with his offer of engagement.
I will have to suggest, Madam Secretary, that playing to our liberal nilly-willy friends in Europe is less important for us to be than being tough with a mullah repressive regime, a murderous regime that is engaged with murdering people on their streets. Don't you think that this conciliatory tone, which, as you just admitted, certainly has not been accepted by the mullahs, has in some way depressed or at least hurt the spirit on the streets of Iran, of those young people who are trying to struggle to end this mullah regime?
Well, Congressman, no, we do not see evidence of that. We actually believe that if you take everything we're doing together, including working to make sure that information continues to flow into Iran over the efforts by the government to block the Internet and satellite television and the like, if you look at the information coming out by those who've been detained, and I've talked to several people who've been imprisoned by the Iranian regime, they actually think that President Obama has struck exactly the right tone and approach to give heart to the people who are putting their lives on the line, who know that we stand with them, know that we support their efforts, but also recognize that they've got a long, hard road ahead, and what we're trying to do is get international opinion that will force the Iranian regime to change its calculation.
Madam Secretary,
the gentleman's time has expired.
Thank you.
The gentlewoman from Texas, Ms. Sheila Jackson Lee, 5 minutes.
Madam Secretary, thank you.